What separates men who stumble through life from men who rise and lead with strength? It's not luck, it's not privilege, it's not even talent. It's awareness of self, awareness of others, and awareness of the subtle truths people try to hide. Men who master their mind, men who embrace the Stoic path, see what others miss. And when it comes to women, there are psychological traits often hidden, often disguised, that reveal where your real power lies. Today, I want to open your eyes to truths that can transform the way you think, the way you act, and the way you carry yourself in this world. This isn't about manipulation, this is about mastery, not over anyone else but over yourself. Because when you understand the hidden dynamics of human behavior, you stop being controlled by them. You start living from a place of power, not need. Subscribe our channel Next Gen Empathic if you're ready to walk this path of strength, clarity, and unshakable mindset. Every step forward in knowledge is a step away from weakness. Join us because this is where men sharpen their edge. Now let's dive deep. Women, like men, guard their vulnerabilities. They don't put everything on the table, and why should they? Life teaches us all to mask what lies beneath. But if you, as a man, choose to walk with a stoic mind, you learn to see beyond the mask. You learn that behind confidence, there is sometimes insecurity. Behind silence, there is often desire. Behind laughter, there can be pain. And this awareness gives you a calm kind of strength. Instead of reacting, you observe. Instead of chasing, you stand still and let truth reveal itself. Women often hide their admiration for men who refuse to bend to validation, who stand rooted in their values regardless of external approval. That hidden respect is one of the first powers you unlock when you stop seeking and start being. The Stoic mindset teaches you that power is not in trying to control others, but in mastering your own reactions. A woman may test your patience, challenge your stability, or conceal her true feelings to see if you break. But when you don't break, when you remain unmoved like a mountain, something shifts. She feels it, and so do you. You realize that your strength does not come from her recognition, it comes from within. One of the most hidden psychological truths is that women admire a man who doesn't crumble under pressure. They won't always say it out loud, but they feel it deeply. And when you embody that steadiness, you gain not just respect but peace. Another hidden trait is that women secretly respect men who walk away from what doesn't serve them. Think about it. The world constantly feeds men the idea that persistence is everything, that you should fight for love at all costs. But a stoic man knows that dignity comes before desperation. When a man can step back from chaos, from games, from manipulation, and say, "This is not worthy of me," he unlocks a power very few men ever experience. Women may never admit it, but they feel a surge of respect for a man who doesn't beg for attention, who doesn't crawl for validation. Detachment is magnetic, and it is hidden deep in the psychology of attraction. Silence is another weapon most men underestimate. While many rush to explain themselves, to prove their worth, to fill empty spaces with words, the Stoic man embraces silence. Women notice it. They may not acknowledge it directly, but your restraint, your calm presence, your refusal to react emotionally to every spark of drama, this unnerves them in the best way. Hidden in the female psyche is an instinctive pull toward men who control themselves. Words can lie, but energy never does. If your energy is grounded, it speaks louder than any speech. And here's another truth. Women often hide how much they value men who chase purpose over them. Society paints a false picture that women want to be the center of your world. But the reality hidden deep within is that they admire the man who has a mission, who has a vision bigger than her, bigger than any relationship. A man lost in purpose is a man unshakable. And women secretly admire that drive. When you show that your time, your focus, your energy is invested in growth, in building, in conquering challenges, you become rare. That rarity is where your power lies. There's also a hidden dynamic around emotion. Many men think they must either suppress feelings entirely or pour them out uncontrollably, but the Stoic path is balance. Women hide the fact that they crave men who can feel deeply yet control how those feelings are expressed. Too much coldness makes you stone, Too much chaos makes you weak. But when you stand in that middle ground, aware of your emotions but not enslaved by them, you radiate mastery. And mastery commands respect. Another hidden trait is that women admire men who refuse to be ruled by jealousy. Jealousy is the insecurity that chains men to weakness. Women may sometimes provoke it, sometimes test it, but they respect deeply the man who doesn't fall for it, who simply smiles, confident in his worth, and refuses to compete for attention. That level of detachment speaks louder than any words. It says, I am whole, I am not threatened, and that confidence is power. Patience is another underestimated strength. In a fast, impulsive world, men who can wait, who don't rush, who don't demand instant gratification, hold a kind of mysterious weight. Women rarely admit it, but patience is one of the greatest indicators of strength. Whether in building success, in holding frame during conflict, or in the slow unfolding of connection, patience separates boys from men. Let's not forget one of the most hidden dynamics of all. Women admire men who walk in discipline. It could be discipline of the body, the mind, or the spirit. The world is full of distractions, temptations, and chaos. But when you live with order, when you train your body, when you sharpen your mind, when you follow through on your word, women notice. Even if they hide it behind indifference, deep down they respect it, because discipline is rare, and what is rare is valuable. Lastly, remember this. Women hide vulnerability just as men do. Behind strength, beauty, or confidence, there are fears, doubts, and insecurities. A stoic man doesn't exploit that. He understands it. He honors it without being consumed by it. That awareness is true power. It allows you to connect without losing yourself, to empathize without sacrificing strength. So what does this all mean for you? It means your focus should never be on decoding women just to gain control. Your focus must be on building yourself into a man so solid, so centered, so unshakably calm, that the hidden traits of others no longer control you. You see them, you acknowledge them, and then you choose your response with intention. That is the Stoic way. That is real freedom. If you take one message from this, let it be this. Power is not about dominance over others. It is about dominance over yourself. Women may hide traits, they may conceal respect, admiration, or even desire, but none of that matters unless you first master your own mind. Once you do, you become the man who doesn't chase, doesn't beg, doesn't crumble. You become the man who leads, who inspires, who walks with quiet authority. And in a world full of noise, that silence, that calmness, that unshakable presence, that is the loudest power of all.